Let's cut to the chase. You want to be ambitious and change your life, but the problem is you can't change your life if you keep on changing your goals. That's because you're living like the one-hit wonder. Someone who constantly gets excited about the brand new thing. But don't worry, I was there too. But in the past year, I've solely obsessed over the same two goals. I did this by putting myself in the position of the athlete, somebody who knows how to obsess over one goal for years on end. I know exactly what you're thinking. But Cameron, I don't want to be soulless and do something I don't want to do anymore. For the past 6 months, I've dedicated my entire life to helping young men find and stay consistent on purpose. And I know exactly what people just like you need to do to not only make more progress towards their goals, but also enjoy the grind 100 times more. So without further ado, let's get into the video. You have shiny object syndrome, right? And this actually isn't a disadvantage. This is actually what has got you to this level so far, right? In order to get to from level 0 to level 1, you have to have some level of shiny object syndrome. You have to be somewhat curious, somewhat excited about the brand new thing, lifting, meditating, whatever it is, right? Like martial arts, right? Because of your shiny object syndrome, it has allowed you to get really, really excited over one thing and help you obsess over it, right? Help you become purpose focused, which is a lot of what my channel's dedicated to, is just getting people to be purpose focused. So you have this massive advantage of becoming purpose focused way sooner than anybody else, right? Obsessing over your goals way faster than anybody else would. But it comes with a downside, right? So now that you're at level 1, in order to get to level 2, you actually need to get rid of your shiny object syndrome. You need to stay just brutally consistent on the same thing. You need to stay so focused on the exact same thing for like years straight in order to get to the next level, right? Because you've done gym, you've done meditating, you've done cold showers and waking up at 5 a.m. Now it's time to actually stay consistent in doing it, right? Because you can do that all you like, but that's not what's going to change your life. What's going to change your life is prioritizing the goals right for years straight. That's how you make true progress. You can make very, very good progress in a month-long period for sure, right? If I dedicated a month purely to business, I could make a ton of progress in this channel. I'm sure I could, but it will be nothing compared to just years of experience, years of just straight pure dedication and pure focus, right? If you can't get rid of your shiny object syndrome, you won't be able to get to that second level of just staying brutally consistent. Like the 50-year-old jacked guy, right? If you've ever seen him, he's been lifting, like you'll ask him, oh, how long have you been lifting for? And he'll say, oh, 30 years. I've been lifting since I was 18 years old. I was literally talking to a guy in the gym who said he was probably in his like 50s or like early 50s, like late 40s. He said he'd been lifting since 18. That long, that consistent. Like day in, day out. He's been consistent lifting. No breaks, no nothing. Pretty much every single day for that long. The only way to get to level 2 is becoming like the old man lifter, right? The lifter who's been doing it for 50 plus years consistently, no breaks. Using something called quartering is the only way to not just get rid of the negative effects of shiny object syndrome, but also hone in on those positive effects and use them to benefit you in your goals, right? So basically what quartering is you split up your year into 4 parts. Instead of just having one continuous year, you split up your year into 4 parts, right? And basically in each of those parts, you purely focus on one thing and then you work on your year-long goals in the background. Your more long-term goals, you just work on in the background. You live your life in seasons. One of those seasons could be training for a martial arts tournament. One of those seasons could be bodybuilding. One of those seasons can be, let's say one of your goals was to make X amount of money in your business. Let's say 2K per month in your business, like it is for me. Let's say that's one of your goals. You can dedicate a season to that. So it doesn't have to strictly be not your long-term goals. It can be your long-term goals, but if you don't want to be, it doesn't have to be. So this is going to like channel your creative energy out so you can like focus on these fun, exciting things. So you're not going to want to switch your routine, but then you're still also working towards the more important goals, right? The long-term more important goals, like let's say like bodybuilding or or like making money, for example, right? Because it takes time to do those things. So if you work on them just in the background, still keep them a major priority, and then maybe dedicate a season or two to purely focus on those things. That's a very, very brief explanation of quartering, but if you want a full explanation, then first thing in the description is my free community. I haven't released the modules yet, but every week or so I'm releasing a module, so it's like coming out slowly over time, right? So go check that out, so then when the module does come out about like quartering and staying consistent on your goals, you can be the first to see it, right? The second strategy I use is a wall countdown, right? If you've ever played Fortnite, right, when you were like a little kid, right, and there were these live events, right? So in the Fortnite like lobby where you load in and your like characters there, right behind your character or like right next to your character, there would be this massive timer that's like ticking down, and it will show like the exact seconds until a live event. You would always feel so excited for that live event, wouldn't you? They intentionally put that there to like get you to be excited as possible. Like look, like every little like second, you can see how many seconds are left until the live event, right? The Fortnite live event. And you used to get so excited about it. I know I did, right? So what we need to do is replicate this in real life. And we can do that through just simply writing up a countdown, right? I've got this blackboard in my room, right over there. I'm not sure if you can see my hand on the camera, but right over there, I've got a countdown, 226 days left until I'm meant to hit my goal of making 2K per month. From the day I'm recording this video, I have 226 days left until I'm meant to achieve my goal. And every single time I look at that timer, or I like tick the timer down, like every morning, I make it a part of my morning routine to grab this like little cloth, rub out like the chalk, and then I'll write up like the new number. And every single day it makes me excited to record. It makes me excited to work, excited to see the progress every single day. And having that countdown there is going to remind you, I can't just quit. There's only this many days left. There's only X many days left. I've come X far. Why quit now? I hope this video helped you out. I'll see you guys in the next one. First thing in the description is my free community if you want to check that out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.